Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Easily Knitfluenced and my name is Michelle. And I am coming to you today with a stash tour. This is my first one. Never done one of these before, so this should be interesting. I was already feeling like I needed to consolidate my stash and kind of clean it up a little bit, so I thought, what better way to do that than to film for you guys? So I've taken everything out of my closet and I'll kind of just show you what I have it stored in. I have like big kind of bins, like, this isn't quite a hamper, but big baskets like this. I have several of these like stackable drawers. So I think I got these from the Container Store years ago. These are normally just stacked in my closet. So I've pulled it all out and I'm going to walk through it with you guys. Couple things up front. I will not be talking about scraps. So anything that's like significantly less than a full skein, I've put away, so I won't bore you with like little tiny pieces of yarn that I still have lying around. So this is all like either full garment quantities of stuff or 2 skeins, a full skein of something that I've got left. And I think I'll start with the larger quantities, just because I also want to use this video as a crowdsourcing effort to give me ideas for what to do with these, because I have some ideas, but the fact that it's still in my stash means I haven't really committed to anything. So the polls are open, guys. If you have any ideas for what to do with these, I am all ears. So I'm just going to start pulling stuff out here. I was thinking about filming this video from above and having just like my hands showing, but I don't know, the angle just wasn't really working, and I prefer to actually look at the camera. So you're going to see me holding up as much yarn as I can hold in 2 hands. So yeah, bear with me. Okay, this is true stash in that I have not even opened this package yet. So this is PurlSoho Season Alpaca, which is 100% super baby alpaca. I don't even know if they still make this anymore. I ordered this years ago. This was still when I was in my blanket making phase. And let's see here, how many skeins? 1, 2. There's at least 10 skeins in here. This is a lot of yarn. And since it's still in the package, I just have no use for this, and I actually don't really enjoy 100% alpaca yarn on my skin anyway. So my thinking with this was actually, rather than me opening this up and making something with it for myself, was to maybe do a giveaway at some point, maybe when I reach another follower milestone, to just give this away to somebody who's going to enjoy it more than me, because yeah, it's just been kind of sitting in my closet for years, and it's a waste because this is a lovely yarn. It's just, I'm very sensitive to alpaca, and I definitely don't have a use for 10 full skeins of this. So this is a very, I actually don't, does it say the color on here? Oh, it's the color High Tide. So it's still in the plastic, but hopefully you can see that. It's kind of a petrol blue, not quite navy, but it's a really beautiful color. I just don't really have a use for it. So this is, I don't know if this is my largest quantity, but it is my most pristine quantity of yarn because I haven't even opened it after years. Shame on me. Okay, next up, I can't even hold the number of balls of this that I have. This is, I'll just hold up 4 so you can see them. This is, again, PurlSoho. This is the knitting yarn in the color Blue Willow. Take a closer look there. It's kind of a light blue, not quite pastel blue, kind of a washed out, maybe like a washed out jean color even. Dad jean color, maybe you can call it. But it's a really beautiful marled yarn, 100% merino. Again, I was in maybe I was in a shawl phase for this. I ordered a shawl quantity at first, which I think was 7 skeins, and then I had this wild idea that I was going to make the petite knit marble sweater, hold 2 of these together with a mohair, and so I ordered more of this yarn. So I think in total I have, I want to say like 11 skeins of this. It's a lot. Each of these is, let's see, 219 yards. It's a DK weight yarn. So that's, I mean, if I pushed it, I could probably get 2 garments out of this actually. And I just haven't decided on what to do with this. Frankly, I have some ideas. I was thinking about the Nia sweater by Irene Lin for this. And I started it, and if you watch my podcast, you'll know it was a full-on lace project, and I got lost somewhere in the first little section of it, and I just gave up. I just put the whole project down like mid-row, and I was like, I can't continue with this. So that was a failure to start on that project. But if you have ideas for this, let me know. I mean, so here's another thing I have, which I could combine with this. This is another sweater quantity. So here I have a sweater quantity, I think, of a really beautiful silk mohair. Whoops. The Bishe Lro silk mohair, and this is the color 66. So very similar color, actually, and I'll hold them up together so maybe you guys can see. Like this, I think, could go really well together in some kind of worsted weight project, maybe. Yeah, I guess I don't wear a lot of really light blue, which begs the question, why did I buy these? And I don't have a good answer for that. But on the other hand, I do feel like, I don't wear this color that much, but I do think this could look really cool over dark jeans, over black, over something. So I might kind of think about what to do with this, because I definitely have a full sweater quantity of the mohair, and I've got at least probably 2 sweater quantities of this. So do you have any ideas of what would look good with this? This together and this on its own. What do you guys think would look nice? Just let me know. Yeah, these, they're really beautiful. And this is a mohair that I really enjoy. I used the gold version of this for my Eva cardigan by Petite Knit. And it's a lovely mohair, like so soft, really warm. I mean, again, look at that halo. Oh, it's beautiful. This is one of the mohairs I've enjoyed the most, I think, so far. So I would really love to use this for something. And yeah, I mean, its natural partner is this. So any ideas? Very welcome. So please put them in the comments below. All right, even more mohair. And oh gosh, my surroundings are already getting extremely chaotic here. So I'm trying to keep this tidy, but got like little bits of this. So this mohair is what I bought for that ill-conceived marble sweater. So I was marbling this with the light blue, which actually looks quite nice, by the way. But I frogged that entire thing because I knew I was never going to wear that sweater. I wasn't even halfway done, and the thing weighed like 3 pounds. So I'm like, it gets cold in New York. It does not get cold enough in New York for me to be wearing that kind of on a regular basis. So instead of using up 10 kilograms of yarn on it, I decided, okay, let's frog this and think of something else. So that means I have roughly, I think, a sweater quantity of this left, and there's like various frogged balls of it. This is get the name right. This is Bishe Lro silk and mohair. This is, I think it's supposed to be is it a DK weight? I actually don't know. It says US 7 or US 9. It's actually probably more like a worsted weight. So it's a thicker mohair. It's quite a beautiful color. And again, I have a sweater quantity of this. I thought about maybe doing the cardigan number 6 by My Favorite Things Knitwear with this. I haven't swatched. I don't know what that would look like, but I know I own that pattern, and maybe this could work because I think that pattern is actually 3 strands of lace weight mohair put together. So maybe a thick one, like 1 strand, would work. I'd have to swatch and see. I'm not 100% sure. And I don't actually own anything that is just mohair, as in I've always paired it with something. So I don't know how that would wear, how I would like it, but it is a really soft mohair. I don't have sensitivity to mohair. This is a lovely one. It's really beautiful. And I think it's a very wearable color. I just don't know, like lace pattern and mohair, is that a good combo? Tell me, guys. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have enough of this to do in an oversized fit, like a more densely knit garment. That's the only problem. So I'm not sure. TBD what I'm going to do with this one. I might swatch for the cardigan number 6 and just get a sense of how that looks. Maybe go from there. I think I'm just going to count up the skeins here. Okay, so I have 3 untouched skeins, and then kind of, I guess this is probably 3 more, and then one that, I guess, I don't know, this got broken. So 7 in total, I think. Yeah, if you guys have knit with this before, let me know. It is lovely. It's a really beautiful yarn. And I like kind of the dark gold ochre color. So I would love to make something that will do this justice, you know? Okay, this is an unusual one. Moving along. This, what I have here is Simply Camel from PurlSoho, 100% baby camel. Ooh, it's really, I'm gonna give you a close-up of one of the skeins here. It's lovely. It really is. It's so soft. It's an absolutely beautiful yarn. I think this is a 2-ply. She doesn't say. It's intended to be knit, I think, as a fingering weight, which is a little interesting to me because it doesn't look like that. I'm sure you could knit it up as a fingering weight, but yeah, the recommended needle is a 2 or 3, which is small. So here's the issue with this. I think, again, I ordered like a shawl quantity of this, and I actually had a couple skeins before this that I knit into just a really plain stockinette scarf that I made for someone. And if I remember right, I think this fell apart when I washed it, or when I tried, I didn't even wash it. I like literally just blocked it. I was trying to block it, and the yarn itself was just sort of fraying apart. So where I am with this is I'm just scared to use this for anything because it's a beautiful yarn. It's so expensive, which I know it's stupid of me. I'm like, it's a beautiful yarn. It's expensive. I'm too scared to use it, which means that it's going to be a complete sunk cost anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm just scared that I'm going to put a ton of time into something with this yarn and put it in water and have it completely disintegrate. And that really scares me. I don't know if maybe I got a bad batch. I don't know, but yeah. So options. I could hold it with something. I don't know if I'd want to pair a mohair with this necessarily. I could maybe find like a lace weight. I don't know, do they do lace weight merinos? Just something sturdier that would kind of hold whatever I'm making together a bit better. Yeah, I just don't know what to do otherwise. Because, gosh, what a waste. I mean, how many skeins of this do I have? 1, 2, 3... I have 7. 7 skeins again. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful yarn, and it's just sitting here essentially, you know, going to waste. But I also don't want to waste a ton of time on something that's going to fall apart. And I don't know if that's something just to do with camel yarn that's really delicate, but I did not agitate this thing at all. So it's not like I was kind of swishing and swooshing and wringing it out. I mean, I literally put it in water, took it out, and noticed that there seemed to be holes in it. So, anyway, suggestions welcome on this one too. Like maybe just whatever to hold this with that you think would go well with it. Yeah, it's a shame. I would like to use this for something. Okay, another sweater or garment quantity of something that I have. I won't show you the balled up versions because I actually started a project with this yarn and then completely frogged it. So there are little bits of it kind of lying around everywhere. But this is the Camellia Fiber Co. I'll show you the label. This is, what is it called? The Silk Tweed Fingering, and it's in the color Sand. So, I mean, it's a really, really beautiful yarn. The little flecks, it's lovely. It doesn't bloom very much. So it is a true fingering, and I think, again, this would probably need to be paired with something. So that's where I'm at with this one. I don't know what, but it is for sure a garment quantity that I have because I was holding this double to do a vest. So if I was holding this single, I would have enough, I think, for a full sleeved garment of some sort. So what I'm thinking at the moment is maybe to hold it with like a plain fingering weight merino and try to get to a DK weight kind of garment and do something really simple with it, like maybe just like a collared raglan or something, because I do think the little, you know, the tweediness could be really beautiful in a very basic design. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But if you have any interesting ideas, again, let me know. I want to do this yarn justice. I think it's beautiful. And my first attempt to make something with it was kind of a failure because I just picked the wrong pattern. It was a vest that would never have been worn by me. Let's put it that way. So I think I want to repurpose this. I've already frogged the rest of that, so it's ready to go into something. I just don't know what yet. More sweater quantities of things that I can't hold in 2 hands. There's actually 2 more skeins of this. This is Camarose Host in the color olive green, which is a really beautiful marled kind of greeny color. Let's see, what is this? I don't read. I think this is this Norwegian? I actually don't know. That's really embarrassing. Well, anyway, it's part wool, I think, and a little bit of cashmere and something else. I'm gonna put this through Google Translate when I edit, and I'll put the actual composition on the screen. But it's very soft. I think this is it a blown yarn? Maybe not, actually. I can't tell. But so this was on the sale rack at my local yarn store, which is Pick Up Every Stitch in Monkesco, and I'd always wanted to try something from this brand because I haven't yet. So I thought, okay, great, let me get whatever's left of this, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 skeins. These are, let's see, how many? This is only 120 meters per 50-gram ball, so not a ton, actually. So my initial thought was, maybe I'll do a vest with this. But then I thought, you know, it's not exactly the right color for me for a vest. Like if I was going to do a vest, I think I'd do something a lot more neutral, like maybe a navy or a black. So there's an Ozetta pattern that I actually really like for this, which I don't think I've seen anybody talk about. I'll put the name on screen, but it's kind of almost like a muscle tank, but with a little bit of a collar. And I think this would be enough yarn to make that one. I think must be a worsted weight project, I think. I'll double check, but I think this could look really cool in something like that. Again, it's got a little bit of, she has great design features, so kind of a slightly higher collar, but not a turtleneck, because I don't like turtlenecks. And I think this could work well for that. Again, for slightly transitional seasons where I could wear it on its own, I could wear a long sleeve t-shirt under it and kind of straddle early fall into late fall potentially. So I would love to find a use for these. Because yeah, I've never done anything with Camarose before, so this would be my first project with them. All right, then I have Sunday by Sandnes Garn in this really gorgeous, like, I mean, this isn't even navy, it's like midnight blue. It's beautiful. This is the color. I actually don't know. What is this color? 5882? Yeah, I think it's 5882. Again, sales rack stuff. It was not a single skein, but I was like, well, you know, 4 skeins is something. If I hold it with something, again, I could make a tank potentially out of this. But this doesn't have a home yet. Don't know what I'm going to do with these. Holding it with, you know, a mohair, I think would be too fuzzy for a summer tank, and it is 100% merino, so that probably wouldn't work anyway. I might depart from what I normally want to do and maybe do like a scarf or shawlette in this. If I hold it double, maybe that would work. Thinking about it. Not sure yet, but I love this color, and it goes well with a lot of my my wardrobe. So maybe an accessory, maybe a hat, mittens. Might be too much for mittens, but maybe if I held double a hat, that could work too. So yeah, there's some options for this. I do love this yarn, and you can't go wrong with 100% merino fingering weight yarn. There's got to be something I can do with these, right? This is more sweater quantity stuff I've got for my Carlotta sweater by Morica Knit. La Mana Como, it is a 100% merino fingering. I think it's a fingering weight. And then I have a couple like colored versions of that for the collar as well. I won't hold them all up, but you guys know I'm working on the new Other Loops pattern, the T. This is Pink Daisies, knitting for Olive Pure Silk, and I'm holding those doubles. I've got about 8 of those as well. I'm holding these up together because this is Stash. I'm calling it Stash because it's part of actually yarn for a whip that has been dormant for probably about a year now, which is my Cardi Cocoon by Anne Wenzel. This is the Julie Asseline Lezu DK in the color Biscotti. It's lovely. Really beautiful, peachy, kind of warm neutral color. And then this is the Silk Mohair by Ito Sensei. And what color is this? Goat. So It's lovely. I just have not worked on that project in a hot minute, but it has been on my mind lately, so I think it is going to make a reappearance. So this should get out of my stash once I get rolling on that again. Yeah, it's going to be a really beautiful garment. It is just very repetitive, and it's a 1x1 cable cross the whole way down, which even without the cable needle takes me a long time to do. So regardless, it will move very slowly, but I'm confident I will use up all of these. These are going to get used up on that. So they have a home. They've just been in transit for a little while into that home. All right, now I think we are getting into the 2 skein territory of stuff. So I'll just show you guys quickly. Okay, this is PurlSoho Plenty in the color Bright Tomato. This is going to be part of my cardigan number 9. Which I've just bound off or cast off the body on that. So it's time for the big button band. I will probably only need 1 skein for that, if I had to guess. So I'll have a leftover for something else. I also have the same yarn in a different color. This is basically a whole skein. I think I used like 2 meters of it to finish off the Harris hood that I did last year. And this is, what color is this? This is the color Smoky Taupe. Great yarn. Love this yarn. I am a big fan. It's 100% merino and it's very, very, very soft. More merino. This is an older yarn. I don't think they make this anymore, but this is PurlSoho's worsted twist. So I think I did the Robinia sweater from Anne Vensel in this, but I have leftover of this color and then this color, which is the purple. And the names are Gray Fig for the purple color. And this one is Peony Pink. So 2 skeins of this, 1 of this guy. There must be something, some cute colorwork project I could do with these, right? Maybe mittens or something. I mean, I've got more of the pink than the purple, but there must be something cute I could do with these, I think. Again, very soft yarn. I don't think they make this anymore. And I have a couple more skeins of this, I think, but that are singles. So maybe I'll move to that later and kind of finish off the double skein world here. But yeah, these are beautiful. I think maybe a colorwork project could be nice with these because they worked well together in the Robinia sweater. So do something smaller with them, maybe a hat. Oh, actually, I have 3 skeins. I lied. So I also have this from PurlSoho. Gosh, this is like the PurlSoho stash tour. It's like the warehouse tour for PurlSoho. This is Santolina, which is a plant-based yarn. It's interesting. This is Stormy Sea. I have 3 skeins of this, 1 that I already, I think I swatched from this or something. This is a very interesting combination. 70% cotton, 20% rayon from bamboo, and 10% hemp. So a fully plant-based yarn. But I remember from swatching this, this looks like a fingering weight yarn in the skein. It actually blooms quite impressively. So I think, you know, you could border on sport, even light DK with this, I think. I think this could be great, actually, for a summer top. I'm making right now the other loops, the popular other loops tee. I'll put the name on the screen, I forget. Something like that, I think, could work really well for this. And I know Ozetta, for example, is working on a plant-based yarn tee right now. I think that's in testing. So depending on the yardage, I think I could make this work. Because it does bloom quite a bit, and I feel like a nice plant-based yarn for summer could be great too. So we'll see what I do with this. But again, I like the color. It's like jeans. It's jeans color. It's Stormy Sea. That's the color name, but to me, this is like denim. Okay, I've also got some leftover cotton pure. This is just the heirloom white, 100% Pima cotton. This is, again, a PurlSoho yarn. 2 skeins that, well, 1 skein that I didn't even wind yet, 1 that's been wound, and 1, I guess, that got tangled and I gave up and put it in a Ziploc bag. So 2.5 skeins, let's call it. Fingering weight cotton yarn, you know, pretty standard. It's a really nice cotton. I just don't knit a ton in pure cotton, I guess. But again, I could kind of think of a use for these, I'm sure. I just don't know exactly what, but I think I made blanket. I use this as a base color in a colorwork blanket that I made with various cotton yarns by them. So it's held up really well. I've washed that blanket a ton of times and no complaints. So yeah, there must be something I can use white cotton for. Any ideas, guys? 2.5 skeins of this? Fingering weight. Okay, knitting for Olive now. I've got 2 balls of, this is the pure silk in the color, who are you? What color are you? Haze. I don't know if the screen is picking, this is like, it looks whiter on screen than it does to me. It's kind of a grayish, bluish color if you blended that with white. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. I only have 2 skeins of it, so I don't really know. I mean, it's a tough one. If I hold it double, I can't really do much with it. If I hold it single, it's also like I can't. Maybe a shawl held with something else, potentially, but I don't have a natural use for these. Let's put it that way. So yeah, this is a bit of a question mark. And silk is not the easiest on my hands. It's also not really the first thing I reach for, typically. So yeah, I mean, ideally I'd hold it double just to make the project go quicker, but then I only have 2. So don't really have a whole lot of use for it. All right, this is out of left field a little. These are old, guys. This is back in the Michelle will go into any yarn store and just pick out attractive skeins era. I had no idea what I was thinking of making with these, and I still have no idea what I want to make with these. Maybe like a kid's hat or something, because this is not a yarn I would ever wear. And I don't even know, do I have a label in here? Let's see, maybe I do. Yes, okay, this is, oh gosh, this is really old. Oh my god. Malabrigo Mecca Pure Merino Superwash Wool. Okay, recommends US 10 to 11. I think this is a bulky yarn. Yeah, I don't have a good use for these. I think these might end up being kids' hats or gloves or something, because it's not going to be anything that I would ever wear. And in any case, I only have 2 little skeins of it, so it's going to have to be something miniature sized. Because yeah, not going to be enough for me. All right, I think we are getting into single skein territory now. First up, I have, this is Les Garçons. It's a sock yarn. I don't know why I bought this. Well, actually, no, I do know why I bought this. I don't know why I specifically bought a sock yarn. I think I just didn't know better. I bought this to do that all over cable sweater by My Favorite Things Knitwear, which I did. And I gotta say, I never wear it. I picked the wrong size, so it's like a tent on me. And this was the wrong yarn to choose. But anyway, I held it with this, which is, this is Julie Asseline, their silk mohair in the color Epinette? Yeah, Epinette. So this is what I held together. Listen, they're very beautiful color, right? It's just never a color that I wear. I don't know. I just don't love it. And it's a gigantic sweater in this yarn and a silk mohair, and the thought of like frogging it makes my blood run cold, so I haven't. And so it just sits. But I do have a full new set of this to go. So I could do something else with this, like maybe a gift knit or something else, because it is beautiful yarn and it's a very, very soft, lovely garment. I know someone's going to say, make socks with this. I hear you, but then what's going to happen to this guy? What do I do with this? I don't want mohair in my socks. So ideally I would pair them, but maybe it's a sign. I have 1 skein of sock yarn. Maybe I do need to make socks. I don't know. You guys let me know. Yeah, because this little guy is going to be orphaned then, but maybe such is the way of life, right? Who knows? Oh, this skein has fallen apart a little. All right, this is, I'm going to hold this up carefully. This is more season alpaca from PurlSoho, single skein. And again, this is very old. This is Meadow Mushroom. I'm not even sure they have this anymore, but it's a kind of a wheat color. It's nice. I was thinking mittens or something with this. Like fingerless mitts, I could probably get that out of 1 skein of this. Yeah, 218 yards, so probably get a pair of fingerless mitts out of this. It's really nice, and it's a very nice neutral color. But yeah, it's been sitting for a minute. So this is rolled up in 2 balls, but it's actually 1 skein, I think. This is more worsted twist from PurlSoho. It's from a hat that I made that was 10 sizes too large for any human being to ever wear, so I frogged it, and now it's just sitting here. So I don't even know. I don't have the label for it. I don't know what color this is. This, again, is probably going to end up being a kid's hat or a kid's scarf or something for one of my sons, because I don't really have any use for it otherwise. Another Orphaned mohair. This is Tussock by PurlSoho, silk mohair, and it's the color Pink Fog. They do still sell this yarn. Their mohairs are actually really nice. They just don't have a ton of very usable colors. It's a lot of very bright colors, I guess. And I think I had paired this with the quartz yarn from them that I'm currently using for my songbird mittens, the pink yarn. And I made something with it. I forget what. But yeah, I got one left over. So I can do something cute with this. I don't know. Again, maybe accessories. I feel like I'm just gonna need to do a whole year of accessories to just bust through this this stash, because yeah, there's a lot of just random little skeins floating around here. On that note, more random little skeins. Okay, these again were a pair, but it's basically a whole skein. This is again the Bishe mohair in, I forget what color, but it's the gold color that I had paired with the Illimani Santee Tweed for my Eva cardigan, and this is the color Pineapple. So beautiful, and they're beautiful together, but again, I don't really know what to do with these together. Maybe make a hat, I guess. They're really lovely. They're beautiful yarns. I just overbought. I never get the amount of yarn right. So yeah, that's those two. Whoop. So yeah, that's those two. Again, suggestions welcome. I've probably got, this is most of a skein. I think I used a little tiny bit of it. Another random one. This is a fingering weight cashmere, I think from Jade Cashmere. I used another ball of this in the Sorry Nordland hat that I made, and I paired it with Camellia Fiber Co yarn. It's very beautiful. It's just a kind of lace weight cashmere, so could be paired with anything, but again, this is 1/2, I don't know, 3/4 of a skein maybe of that. Okay, here is some leftover from my Peggy sweater. Forget the color, but this is the Sandnes Garn green and then the matching mohair. I mean, this is kind of scrappy, so probably shouldn't have kept that in this collection, but I think this could work really well for the Knitting for Olive last year's Christmas collection, with the Christmas trees at the bottom of the sleeves. I think I'm gonna earmark this for that because I want to make one of those this year. It's been on my mind. So, and this is perfect for that. It's like just the right amount, I think, for something like that. Okay, last but not least, I don't think they make these anymore, which is such a shame, but this is a random little collection. This is the Home Life, here, hopefully you see that. The Home Life 100% cotton yarn by PurlSoho. This is a very funky yarn. I bought a kit of this and it came in this little bag. You can make little towels out of this. So I was making washcloths out of this. I had a pink one, which I did actually knit that up. It's literally just you knit a square and then you have a little I-cord loop on it. And I never got around to making these ones. So I will, because that's what I bought them for. And they are really good washcloths. So this kind of weird texture-y yarn, it's like, it feels kind of almost scratchy, but once you wash it and then put it through the dryer. So this is a dryer-friendly yarn. It fluffs up beautifully. So I've been using those washcloths on rotation. So I should get my blue ones in as well. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that they make this yarn anymore, but I really love it. I think it's great. And I had honestly just forgotten that this was in my stash. So I just dug it up now and I'm like, oh yeah, I have these. I need to make something with those. Such is the story of my life. So that's it, guys. I think that's the stash that I have right now. There are a decent number of sweater or garment quantities in here that I would love to put to use because I don't really want this to expand anymore. I'm not someone who wants to have like 10,000 balls of yarn, and I don't display this. Like you've seen, I have it in drawers, I have it in baskets, so it's not something that I have out for anyone to see. And so if I get more and more of this, it just means like I got to find more containers for it and more spots and storage to put it. So I would love it if you guys have good suggestions for some of the larger quantities of yarn in here. Please share those with me because I think it's good to crowdsource these ideas sometimes and kind of see what worked for other people, because I have my ideas and I can search on Ravelry, but there's nothing better than a first-hand account, in my opinion. So if you've had good experiences with these types of yarns with certain garments, please let me know. And then any suggestions for the smaller quantities would be great too. Because yeah, you don't want to forget about the smaller quantities, but I think to get some of this big stuff out of the stash would be super satisfying. So I would love that. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hopefully this wasn't too disjointed. And hopefully you had a nice, relaxing viewing experience with a coffee or tea or something. But thank you for joining me on my stash tour, stash organizing, stash guilt trip to myself, whatever you want to call it. But thank you. Thank you as always for being here. Leave your comments and questions down below, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye for now.